right, welcome back, Summerers, to a very special and festive Christmas edition of the Garner Premier League. My name is Chris. I'm joined by Hungry Kid once again, and today we have a lot of matches that's going to come up, but we already saw one that took place between IGL Legends and Zotac 269. They are going to clash hits once again in game number 2.
Yeah, so in the best of 2, the game 1 was actually very well played by Insidious Gaming Legends. The drafting phase was very well, and you take a look at the schedule for today actually. IGL Legends game 1 against Zotac 269 has been gone and passed. Now we are in game 2 of IGL Legends, or rather Zotac versus IGL Legends. So they do swap sides. Following that, later tonight we have Bizarro K Thanks Bye versus Kuala Lumpur Hunters, and then Kuala Lumpur Hunters versus Bizarro K Thanks Bye, switching over sides. So
yeah, that's right. And for Group D as well, if you just think about it, a lot of them are in fact, it's going to be 3 teams that are from the Singapore and Malaysian circuit as well. So in that sense, Bizarro 269 is the only team from Vietnam and one of the newest teams to join in the latest season of GPL as well. So in that sense, they had a very impressive performance last week against K Thanks Bye, but not too well of a start, let's just say, for today's matches.
yeah, but I mean, well, you put it like that, it's more of like the K Thanks Bye squad. They have been having some troubles recently, and that performance, not to discredit Zotac, but that was really good, right? Yeah. But K Thanks Bye, they were a bit weak and shaky. So coming this week, K Thanks Bye will be going up against Kuala Lumpur Hunters later on. It'll be effectively a rematch of the TLC Malaysia, which is something we're very comfortable with, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're just watching the players and how they progress through the rankings as well. So we'll be waiting for the pick and bans coming in from game number 2, between these 2 teams, between IGL Legend as well as Zotac 269. But before then, we want to embrace the spirit of Christmas. And I just want to quickly ask you, Hungry Kid, like, League of Legends related, what is your, what do you want for Christmas?
Well, so the funny thing was, one of the members at Greener basically asked us, for Christmas you can get a skin, right? Okay. And I was like, oh, I love playing Katarina, so I was like, I wanted the Sleigh Bell Katarina skin. Okay. And the sales came, and I couldn't wait, so I just bought the skin anyway.
Wow.
And then later, the same fellow was like, oh, I gave you the skin already, but I bought it. So I was so sad that actually, it was coming on the way, but actually, I couldn't wait. I love, playing Katarina so much. So to answer your question, definitely the festive skins that come out. Okay. Yeah, for League of Legends. The Oriana Frozen skin, hands down my favorite.
Yeah, and I was kind of discussing with Ulf, earlier this week in an offline event as well. There's just something so deceptive about the is it called Winter Wonder Oriana? I think
it's Winter Wonderland Oriana. I believe.
Winter Wonderland Oriana. If you look at it, the ball is a Poro, and I think you can test out the theory how the shockwave works with the Poro.
No, people don't expect it when like a small Poro comes flying towards you and you're like, oh, it's cool. And then the shockwave comes in and they just die and melt instantly. And
do you know in real life that works as well? If you throw out a Poro plushie, people will just come running towards you. So that's how the shockwave works, ladies and gentlemen. The secrets revealed for the Wonder skin.
Yeah, art emulating life right there. So
yeah, that's right.
I mean, we are waiting for the players to load into the pick and ban phase. Going to game 2. This is a chance for Zotac to kind of draw it out, get that 1-1 going, and hopefully, get themselves a bit of consolation points. Because as you know, the series is basically if you win 2 games, you get 3 points. You win 1 and lose 1, you get 1 point. You don't win anything, you get 0. So here's Zotac looking to get some consolation prizes.
That's right, and I think it's extremely important for them to try to do so as well, to maintain that top of the table position for them. They were in a position where, after beating out K Thanks Bye 2-0, they are right now top of the table, but if IGL Legends manage to beat them out 2-0 and win out the next game, they will effectively challenge them for that position. So that's something that we have to look out for.
Yeah, and additionally, you talk about the top of the table, right? Don't forget, what's at stake here? Progressing to the next stage of the GPL, yes. But furthermore, the top of every group is going to get a chance to play at the qualifiers to advance to IEM Taipei. Wow. I'm pretty sure most of the groups are excited at the prospect of going back to IEM Taipei and playing against teams like TPA and AHQ who they once played against before.
That's right, there's a lot of things at stake here, and thank you for mentioning that. I kind of forgot to talk about that as well. That's going to be a very important tournament that we will be, looking out for as well. So kind of an early Christmas gift for all you viewers out there.
Personally, I'm extremely excited for IEM because it's one of the few competitions that you get to see international teams, teams from every region just playing against each other.
That's right.
And I'm pretty sure the pride here is at stake when you could say, SF5 maybe if they go, they say, we've advanced this far, we could win TPA,
Yeah, and for both teams here, these 2 teams are in a position where they can look forward to try to progress out of Group D as one of the potential candidates to go into IEM. So, Before that, let's come back into game number 2 here in the pick and ban phase. Rumble and Pantheon getting taken out by Zotac. A lot of respects to ISG Legends in the towards what they picked in the previous game.
Yeah, I have to agree with that Rumble ban. Hallelujah had some amazing equalizers the previous game, netting them a lot of advantages, contesting those dragons. However, it is the Janna first pick here by Zotac. The Vietnamese teams really do like first picking that Janna because it doesn't reveal anything about their composition, and they feel it's a good champion to roam with and get wards with.
Yeah, that's right, and you just bring a lot to the table as well as a Janna player. Whenever you roam, you get that extra bit of movement speed for your teammates as well with your passive, and that's something very important in the current patch as well. The ability to kite in and out of the fights, especially with turrets hurting out so much as well. Very important factor to look at.
So insta-locking the Lee Sin. Jarvan was open, but they opt to go for the Lee Sin rune. Very mechanically sound player, likes that Lee Sin. Can see Jarvan immediately being hovered over as response. But something I want to touch on, Lissandra, a very popular pick. Zotac actually ignored that and went for the Janna. Lissandra in the hands of Hallelujah. He did really amazingly with Rumble. And with a champion such as Lissandra, who has an amazing high impact ultimate and ability to crowd control a lot of people, it could be very lethal in his hands.
Yep, and the thing I like about having Lissandra in your pick and ban phase very early on in the pick and ban phase as well is that if you look at the Korean counterparts for League of Legends as well, is that whenever they have this Lissandra, it's very deceptive. You can't go up into the top lane, can't go up in the mid lane as well. So in that sense, you have a lot of options to kind of work with, and you just need to, the next round of rotations, pick up your support, pick up your AD, and you will not be revealing what you have in your solo lane. So in that sense, you have a lot of mind games coming in through from Insidious Gaming Legends. But let's take a look at Zotac 269 here. Having that Jarvan, having that Tristana once again. I was not too impressed by Celebrity's performance, but I think he was kind of the victim of the circumstance as well, right? So let's hope that he can kind of, prove himself why he wants to pick that Tristana for a second time in this matchup tonight.
Yeah, definitely a victim. It was like he told his team, okay guys, if we get to 40 minutes, I get my items, I can carry you guys. But his team, unfortunately, made a couple of errors here and there. Chrome got caught out. They were losing They were losing team fights due to the AOE of Insidious Gaming. So maybe round 2 for redemption here. I want to talk a bit about the Blitzcrank pick here. Very early, signaling that they want to go for the aggressive picks in the jungle. Rapier did a very good job controlling the vision in the previous game. And with Blitzcrank, the more vision you get, the more you are rewarded.
Yeah, that's right. And I really like the Blitzcrank pick coming through from IGL Legends as well. I think they're trying to ride the momentum that they had in the previous game as well. Because Blitzcrank, if you think about it, as a champion, is you have a lot of strengths in the early game where you have that. Once you hit that level 6 power spike, you can just go all in, burst someone down, and then let your team, just reap the rewards off of that. And, he worked very well in the late game stages as well, because having one single rocket grab in the late game is just so dangerous.
It's very, very lethal.
Yeah, that's right. So, for IGL Legends, I really like this Blitzcrank pick, and let's see how well
the
he's going to do.
Poppy being locked in
And we
here.
get that Poppy coming through from Zotac as well.
Now this is something that Chrome has played, so do not fret. He's played it against K-Thanks by to absolutely marvelous effect. Granted, he was sacrificed a bit in the top lane. He was the victim of a lot of ganks. He's looking to prove that, you know what, your Rumble may be good, hallelujah, but take a look at my Poppy.
Yep, and actually, before we talk about Poppy, let's look at what's going to be the final pick here from ISG Legends. We might see that Jace come back through from LI4 again. Of course, we have seen him play Jace on previous occasions when he was in the top lane as well, so definitely no stranger to that champion. And I just want to, give a quick shout out to Unicorns of Love, Vijay. Thank you for bringing Poppy back into the competitive scene, because I just love seeing Poppy, getting played in, this sort of competition, this sort of tournaments, high pressure. Suddenly, there's this Poppy that just comes back.
Yeah, it's kind of it's throwing the wrench into the works, because people don't always play against Poppy, and when you pick that, her passive is so deceptive. She does things that, are amazing in the late game, using the diplomatic immunity. You could eventually get to the point where you just single out Valkyrie on Corki here and just run at him and two-shot him.
Yeah, actually that was the exact point I wanted to bring out, is that her passive is just going to be so lethal against the ISG Legends lineup here. Because if you look at it, a lot of burst damage is going to come through from Jace, from Lissandra, from Lee Sin, from Valkyrie as well. All these champions are so reliant on burst damage to try to zero in on someone from 100 to 0 in the quickest time possible. But for Poppy, you just have the perfect passive to try to counter that out. So for Zotac 269, a very similar story to game number 1, where they understand the champions. What I feel is that they understand the champions, what they can do against the counterparts, but unfortunately in game number 1, the strategies were just all wrong.
Yeah, definitely. And if you take a look at Insidious Gaming here, against the Poppy, what you normally want to do is bring a lot of crowd control, bring exhaust, bring stuns and snares. they have that in the form of Lissandra. Ring of Frost is going to keep her stalled for 2 seconds. Using the Q, the Ice Shot, to constantly slow her could be eventually what wins them the game, being able to stall a big part of Zotac's strategy here.
Yep, that's right. So for Zotac, let's run through the rest of the composition as well, shall we? So because they have that Javan as well, they have that Tristana like we mentioned once again, and that Janna. And the big important point here is that Ahri in the mid lane. I'm not too sure how well Beyond is familiar with the Ahri pick here, but in essence, I think it's a very good roundup to what Zotac already has. They have a lot of brawling potential. If you look at it, they just need someone to kind of start things off, and they have that perfect guy to do it, or Nine-Tailed Fox, if you think about it, that charm. Once that lands, that's going to signal the start for 269 to go in, and IG Legends will then have to try to disengage out of that one. If you look at it carefully, they have a very strong pick as well as siege composition.
And speaking of Ahri, in this mid lane rather,
yep.
Pick up the Ahri with the charm, the CC, together with Destroys Javan. They're going to be looking to put a lot of pressure onto LY4, because if you land the flag and drag combo, you knock him up, you could chain that into the Orb of Deception, the charm, and the Foxfire, which is going to burst him down so low. Especially now that they've taken that Ignite. LY4 has to play very careful in this mid lane.
Yeah, I think, he recognizes that sort of burst damage that's going to come through from Ahri as well. So giving a lot of respect over to Beyond, picking up the exhaust.
Yeah, definitely the smarter move here to pick up the exhaust. We've seen a couple of adaptations, I believe. ISG Candy's Koala Lexi. He likes to take the cleanse instead, so if he gets charmed up, he cleanses it immediately and turns and fights her. But exhaust works pretty well too.
Yeah, that's right. So in that sense, a lot of very minute details that can change the tide of the battle very, very quickly, and those are the things that we will be looking forward to. And of course, right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the spectator delay because we are playing on the live servers right now, not really on the tournament realm. So we have to wait for the game to come back up very, very shortly. And we are playing on the 4.21 patch as well. So a couple of changes kicking in ever since the preseason patch. Dragon can't be, we won't see any more
shenanigans from that level 2 jungle.
That dragon cheese, that juggling around, and I'm kind of sad by that actually. I was, that was one of the most fun things to do when you're playing League of Legends.
Yeah, you just pick the Warwick or the Pantheon, and you can see on your screen there.
Oh, there we go.
Zotac 269, very nice.
Is that a female captain?
No, she is the support, I believe. However, she is the substitute support, so she will not be playing as the other 5 guys, as it were, on your screen.
Can you imagine Twitch chat just going crazy now? Is that a girl? It's like, is that a grill?
Yeah, a grill. Unfortunately, Zotac here, the maximum points they can get from this game, only 1 point. Looking to go in this series, I mean, going up against that Blitzcrank, it's going to be very strange for them, because we talk about oddball picks. Blitzcrank is not something you usually see in a competitive game. Very high risk, high reward.
Yep.
And Zotac has to be extra careful here.
I almost feel like that Blitzcrank pick for IG Legends is just a sign of confidence. They know for a fact that in game 1, okay, we have a very dominant performance, we can do this. We can easily just pick them off if we just replicate what we did in game number 1. So just making sure that they capitalize on the strength that they have. So picking to that Blitzcrank is a sign of confidence on the side of IG Legends. The problem now is the execution.
Yeah, and when you talk about confidence, there's also the issue of overconfidence, because one thing that ISG is known for, unfortunately, is the fact that when they get the lead, occasionally they feel like they are invulnerable. They tend to run very quickly, and occasionally they may trip and fall. So in this game, it's up to them to not make the mistakes that we normally see when ISG gets overconfident and cocky and takes fights that they shouldn't.
Alright, and we will be running into game number 2 very, very shortly. Zotac 269 on the blue side. It is going to be Chrom playing Poppy up in the top lane, Destroy playing Javan in the jungle, Beyond playing Ahri in the mid lane, Celebrity, as well as Cirque playing Tristana and Janna respectively.
Yeah, on the red side, Insidious Gaming Legends, the Singaporean team in the top lane, Hallelujah on Lissandra, Rune on Lee Sin, LY4 on Jace, Valkyrie and Rapier will be on Corki, as well as that Blitzcrank respectively.
That's right. Welcome to Summoner's Rift, ladies and gentlemen. If you have just tuned in, this is a very special Christmas festive edition of the Garena Premier League. This players, unfortunately, has to be here playing the Christmas game, but we will be here watching the action, of course. And we start the game off with a very early advantage for Zotac as well, with the 1 ward kill, and it is going to be Chrom going all aggressive onto Hallelujah. He pops the ghost as well, so forcing Hallelujah to recall back as well. Very different movements from what we saw in game number 1 as well.
Yeah, now with the flash down, Hallelujah has to use that glacial path if he wants to escape. The issue here being, you know, if he gets it at level 2, or if an early gank comes in from Destroy before he even gets the Glacial Path, it could be very disastrous for him.
Yeah, that's right. So after that level 1 movements from both the top laners, it seems that the waters are going to calm down a little bit. They're going to be very happy with this defensive position that they had from before. And that's going to be the game plan here from both these teams. And the difference here, I think, is going to be that Zotac's bottom lane is not going to start things out at the the jungle camp here, but instead going to just walk straight back into lane.
Speaking of warders, a bit of a tricky move here by the River. Planting a ward behind the Dragon Wall. I think they want to try and get a late invade going on. However, they are spotted out by the ward around the corner. So Rapier and Valkyrie not going to get anything done way too early here. Neither team's opting to go for the Crux or the Gomp this game.
Yeah, I really like this decision from Zotac 269 as well, because if you think back to the previous game, I guess they did go for that very early jungle camp, but it did not do all too much for them. And this time around, just staying back into the lane, making sure that they can kind of try to bully out this Blitzcrank a little bit before he hits that level 2 stage, where he does get that rocket grab into that, that punch combo, where it might effectively try to burn a flash or something like that. And speaking about burning flashes, down the bottom lane, we already see Celebrity down to about a third of his HP already, and I think that's the reason why we did see this Corki pick come to play here. Still a very strong AD carry here. So it's going to be Rune as well as Destroy going at it against each other. It's going to be Rune getting the kick in. Will he follow up with the Q? No, he doesn't, but he does force away Destroy away from his own red buff for the time being.
Yeah, Hallelujah had to walk back to provide some sort of assistance to Rune to secure his red buff. However, that means that Chrom will get the level 2 beforehand. Hallelujah has to be very careful here. You can see the moves being made here. Destroy roaming up top, trying to get a gank on. Tribrush has a ward though, so he may get spotted out. Yes, he does get spotted.
Alright, then Destroy is going to try to come in here. Does have the flag and drag though, but Hallelujah, I think, preemptively knowing for a fact that there might be a jungle intervention, like you mentioned, does have that ward. And at this point of stage, he does have the extra bit of mobility as well to try to escape from any potential ganks. And here comes the rocket grab onto Celebrity, a huge burst of damage followed through from Valkyrie as well, and that is the sort of play that we will be expecting from a Blitzcrank in this lane matchup.
Yeah, Rapier really showing his moves here on Blitzcrank, landing hook after hook, forcing Celebrity as well as Zerg to play very safe. A little known factor, Rapier currently, after I spoke to most of the pros in the scene, they feel like Rapier is one of the best AD carries in the server, best supports rather in the server right now, and he's really showing that.
Yeah, I would not necessarily, disagree with that statement. At one point of time, he was the #1 player on the solo queue ladder as well, just by playing support. And how many people can actually claim that? I know from one guy from, the Chinese scene, but that's about it. There's not much players that can claim themselves, being #1 on the server just by playing support.
Very, very impressive here by Rapier.
Yeah, and just zoning out the rest of the Zotac 269 bottom lane as well. Very important factor to look towards here as well.
Yeah, but take a look at this adaptation. I believe they went to do the Crux while they were getting shoved in and managed to get a bit of gold and EXP in return. So all in all, not too bad. They make it back in time to the wave to absorb all that EXP. So Celebrity and Zerg still knowing how to make those adaptations to keep themselves relevant in the game.
Yeah, that's right. Not too much movements from Rune at this stage of the game, and I think it's going to be quite crucial for him to do so. And speaking about Crux, it's going to be the Zotac squad that's going to start things off down at that part of the map once again. Celebrity, I think he should be the one picking up the Crux for the extra bit of gold and experience here. Let's see if that's going to change anything much though, because Valkyrie is very, very vocal about just shoving up this wave, just making sure that Celebrity does not have an easy time whatsoever. And look at the amount of damage that he's going to be able to trade up to him very, very simply. And that rocket grab just barely missing down to Celebrity as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do when you have a Blitzcrank on your team. You want to shove them under turret and keep them pressured, launching those rocket grabs constantly and forcing them to not focus on CS but rather dodge instead of dying.
Right, Destroy is going to meet up in the river area from Rune as well, as they take out the Rift Scuttler, getting them that extra bit of movement speed and zone control as well. Quite quiet in the mid lane if you think about it, Beyond as well as RI4, just doing their own little dance, just farming up as much as possible. But we are going to hit that level 6 stage where I feel that Beyond should be the one having a advantage, just because her ultimate's gonna do so much more. And right now it's gonna be Destroyed going up into the top lane. Hallelujah is gonna try to back out of this one, but Chrom is very quickly chasing down onto them, and a very nice Ring of Frost is gonna stop both Destroy as well as Chrom dead in their tracks.
Yeah, I feel like the Ring of Frost right there is a foreshadowing of what's going to come later on in those fights. landing a very good 2-man Ring of Frost. Doesn't even have to blow flash, can still go back, get his items, and farm the wave very safely later on. Hallelujah showing why he picked up this Lissandra first.
Yeah, but the problem is, if you think back to game number 1, it was Hallelujah just dominating the lane straight up. This time around, Crom has been able to, keep up a CS advantage against Hallelujah as well. As at this stage of the game, we do see Rune as well as Destroy kind of contesting for the Grom right here, and it is going to be Crom pushing him back as well, but Rune is going to go down here. That is going to be first blood. Going over to Zotac 269 right here, and that is perhaps a mistake on the side of IG Legends, but definitely a Kickstarter for Zotac 269 in this game number 2.
Good start here for Zotac. I want to point out how Rune, even though he had wards in the jungle, he wasn't able to spot out where the rest of the team is. Normally when you want to go for invade, it's because you see the jungle on the other side of the map. However, in this case, he got ambushed. Crom landed an amazing wallbang right there, and Destroy just followed up. Yeah, wallbang. Unfortunately, it's an FPS term, but yes. With a great wallbang followed by Destroy's flag and drag combo. Easy first blood, and the best thing, it goes to Beyond.
Yeah, and for Beyond here, already having a small lead over IOI4 at this stage of the game. So if you look at it, for Zotac 269, their solo lanes are doing exceptionally well in this game number 2. Perhaps only the bottom lane needs a little bit of a helping hand right here. If you look at it, Valkyrie building up a huge CS lead as compared to Celebrity as well. So that's something that we have to look out for. And Rune right there, I think he just got a little bit too confident in the enemy jungle. We saw for a fact that he was kind of dancing around left and right as well. And we do see the rocket grab now coming through. Celebrity taking so much damage. And the Ignite now falls through as well. Celebrity is going to be forced to back off from the time being. And I have to say though, it was a pretty good, Monsoon coming through. But hold on now, it is going to be Hallelujah up in the top lane, picking up a return kill down onto Destroy. So kind of bringing the ball game back into IG Legends' favor for a little bit.
So you see the wall behind the wall, that investment really paid off there. They basically saw Beyond walking over to take his blue buff, and they knew that Destroy was low. So 3 of them just ran in, searched them down, and eventually they got a return kill. However, not all is lost. Beyond did get his blue buff, so he's going to be able to put on the roams for 269 here for a bit.
Alright, and so with that is going to equalize the game count. So a very, very different game number 2 as compared to the previous one already. And let's see if Zotac 269, all this, pick and ban, let's see how this is going to change and shake things up.
Now, Tristana falling behind in CS is to be expected because she has a very weak early game. One of the main reasons we don't see that much Tristana anymore. But 40 CS down is quite a big goal gap. Valkyrie gonna finish up his Trinity Force real quick, get his power spike. Unfortunately, Celebrity will not have his Infinity Edge anytime soon.
And for Corki as well, a lot of these pro players have been favoring Corki in the course of the patch as well. And in 4.20, we did see so much Corki games being played. And in 4.21, the only change, the effective change that was put down to Corki was that the Phosphorus Bomb, the missile rate is slowed down for this.
Basically, the speed of the projectile was slowed down. Wow, so much damage by Crom going on to Hallelujah. Can't even land the Ice Shard to reply with damage. Crom definitely getting the better edge in this lane.
Yeah, that's right. And before that, we were talking about Corki, but all the action was actually up in the top lane as well. So that Poppy play coming into good effect on the side of Zotac, and he needs to keep up that sort of momentum as well. So even as a mini champion, he is, holding on to a small lead against Hallelujah at this stage of the game.
I feel like this Corki was a pocket pick, like a secret weapon, if you will.
Secret weapon.
Yeah, definitely a secret weapon because he's doing so well against Hallelujah, who was the main driving force of ISG in the previous game. So keeping him down really, really counts.
So I mean, we're kind of celebrating Christmas now. We say it's a Santa hat pick.
Yeah, it's definitely a Santa hat pick. Oh, speaking of pick,
right, we do see a pick into the mid lane right now. It is going to be Hallelujah picking up another kill once again in the mid lane. And we did see Riven actually grabbing onto Destroy, but a very quick flag and drag combo is going to pull him out into safety here. And we do see, once again, ISG Legends, the sort of pick composition that we're looking at. The strengths of the composition is primarily in picks and siege, and they're doing exactly right there.
Yeah, something I want to comment out for ISG, I'll commend them for, is basically their vision control. They've stepped it up so much this game. Look at the bottom side of the map. They've lit up the entrances, knowing that,
oh, that was a close steal coming through from Destroy, but he's going to get taken down right here, and ISG Legends going to pick up 1 kill in the process, and the Dragon as well.
Yeah,
so
but back to my point, because they saw him trying to get their flag and drag combo, he missed the flag and drag unfortunately, but because they could see him attempting the steal, they smited it and they burst the damage down. So ISG here, the vision control really paying dividends. Rapier doing his job as well as Rune.
I think what Destroy was trying to do there was to replicate the flag and drag smite steal right there as well, you know. Just trying to attempt that, but unfortunately he not too sure what was going on with his fingers. He flashed over the wall as well, so
yeah, for all of the viewers that aren't really aware what that is, it's basically if you flag and drag across Dragon Wall, you won't actually enter the pit, but you get vision for a split second, enough to smite it without any danger.
Yep, that's right, and a rocket grab, very close one coming through from Rapier right there. And this time around, it's going to be Valkyrie in a bit of trouble there. That what's going to spot out Destroy though, so no problems whatsoever. Valkyrie still holding on to a very solid CS lead against Celebrity.
Yeah, interesting enough, they have not recalled for a while. Even after picking up their Dragon buff, they went back to bot lane. They are definitely having the huge gold lead here. A lot of change in their pocket waiting to be spent. Not going to collect interest, so anytime soon, 1.7 thousand gold is in the bank here for Valkyrie. Definitely a Trinity Force to be finished anytime soon.
Yeah, that's right. So when he hits that Trinity Force power spike, he's going to do so much damage against this bottom lane duo. Rapier going in with the ultimate, trying to burst the Zotac 269 bottom lane for a little bit.
Now,
the big one lands as well.
Yeah, another issue I have with Tristana is that she does quite a bad job of CNCing under turret because she has no particular steroid in terms of adding bonus damage. So when she procs the explosive shot, certain minions under the turret is going to be out of reach.
Okay, we go now. It's going to be Cirque getting pulled in for this one, but Destroy's going to be there as well. Does not land a flag and drag, and Crom joins the fight as well. So perhaps a miscommunication on the side of Zotac 269. They commit to that one, but they did not get anything out of that whatsoever. It leaves a lot of free space for Hallelujah to work with up in the top lane. And Rune as well is going to camp around in the blue side area and take that blue buff away from Zotac 269.
Yeah, you saw Destroy in the bot lane, so this is more or less a free blue buff for Rune. But back to your point, I really liked how you said they committed so many resources to keeping Valkyrie down. He is now up 50 CS, stretching that lead even more. I feel like at this point in time, you just sacrifice bot lane and get Crom ahead instead.
Yeah, and we know for a fact how well Poppy can do it. And hold on now, in the mid lane, we do see a pick coming through, but Hallelujah takes one too much turret shots right there. And we do see the return kills now coming through from ISG Legends here. Cirque as well as Crom might have something to say about this. Rune is going to get chased down for a little bit, I believe, and it is going to be Alpha actually turning things around, getting the knockback in as well, and the ultimate actually gets caught on the side of Crom here. The rocket grab now picks off Cirque, a huge play from the support player of ISG Legends, and a very, very massive fight, but it was ISG Legends that came out on top.
Yeah, maybe Christmas, but Rapier is going fishing and he caught that Janna easily. Now with that one-man advantage, they do not look to be pushing down this mid turret. It could be that LY4 still wants to pressure him. He does have that 10 CS lead and the Mana Moon, I believe, being built up here. So gonna stack that up very easily, very quickly. Yes, the Mana Moon, you can see our observer kindly showing 264 over 750.
Yep.
So in about 12 minutes to 10 minutes, it's going to be fully stacked.
Yep. And I like for a fact as well is that LI4 respecting the burst potential from Ari as well. Firstly, not only taking out the exhaust during the pick and ban phase, but now also itemizing into that Hex Drinker means that he's going to have a lot more resistance to work with in the lane trading phases as well. So I think that's a very good adaptation from LI4 in this stage of the game.
And to add to your point about the Hex Drinker, most Jaces tend to go with the Brutalizer early on before because they want to commit to that poke. Picking up the Hex Drinker does signal that, hey, I want to be a bit more tanky and be able to teamfight with the rest of my team. And you can see Hallelujah committing to that too. Roaming down, making picks for him, knowing that if they get into small skirmishes, that resistance is going to keep him healthy.
Alright then, and we do see for a fact that LI4 is up by a level and a couple of kills and assists as compared to his counterpart as well. And if you look at the top lane, we did see for a fact that Crom is constantly ahead in CS as compared to Hallelujah, but that does not matter all too much because Hallelujah does have that 2, 1, and 3 KDA that's stacking up on his own sleeve.
Yeah, getting the early Morellonomicon will offer him that power spike. That's the reason why he's been roaming so much, because he knows that he's more mobile and he does more damage than Crom at this point in time. Very soon though, Crom will outskill him and Rapier Rune. This buddy system warding paying off very well for IGL.
Alright then, Valkyrie might just collapse down to Celebrity right here. Rapier's gonna punch him straight up into the air, and Rune's gonna pick up a nice and easy kill with the ribbons all wrapped around, and that's gonna be one more kill, and I believe the bottom lane turret for ISG Legends as
Very
well.
reminiscent of a Chinese Kung Fu movie. A punch and a kick by both Blitzcrank and Lee Sin secured them the kill. Turret goes down, but not before denying a lot of experience and CS.
Right. Oh, will we see actually Cirque save the day? I think that's going to be the case here.
No, I don't think so. It's going down. Oh,
no,
wow.
Or not, or not.
I have the Storm MVP. So the turret does stay alive. It's going to prolong the laning phase a bit more. Valkyrie's going to be a bit salty about that considering he didn't get the turret.
Janna OP, man.
Yeah, Janna OP.
Recall, please. And here we go now in the mid lane. Beyond getting grabbed in by Rapier once again. This guy just landing rocket grabs all around the map. Getting one more kill now secured, and that one goes over to LI4 as well.
This roaming Blitzcrank support is doing a lot of work here, getting the hooks time after time onto priority targets. You could see now the goal lead, 4,400 gold ahead, and all the vision in the world you could ask for.
I'm not too sure what Rapier's gonna be called at the end of this game, but I think it is in the title challenge for the MetLife for Southeast Asia.
Yeah, his hooks are definitely on point here.
I want to keep. I hope one day they're gonna develop this hook counter here. How many hooks you land and how many hooks you miss.
Well, right now for the hooks that count, Rapier is 10 for 10. So
oh yeah, sure. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 for sure.
That's right. And down the bottom lane, finally you do see that turret going down. As ISG Legends actually hanging around the area here. Will we see Cirque actually getting picked off here, getting picked in as well? Ruin going for the execute. Does not get a final tick of damage, and Frozen Plume on the back end onto Celebrity. Hallelujah getting focused down here, and Celebrity picks up one kill. Rapier picks up Destroy on the back end. Tom is around the area here, still has his ultimate backup, so that's something that we have to watch out for. But so far it is a 1-for-1 trade. Valkyrie as well as LF4 has rejoined the face of the battle here, so they might just try to siege against Zotac 269, but right now they turn their attention down onto the Dragon Pit.
They do have a lot of vision around this dragon, so they will see if Zotac wants to contest this.
Oh wow, in the backlines! The snipes coming in from the side of LI4, taking out Cirque nice and easy, which means that this dragon is definitely going over to them. And that is dragon number 2 as well, so extra pushing power.
One thing you can say for sure, IGL definitely don't need to change their classes because they're hitting all the skill shots that they need to easily. LI4 here going really deep.
Yep, and Valkyrie going very deep as well, And I just realized, Corki has this skill called Valkyrie. So
yeah, Corki,
that name synergy right there.
Valkyrie using Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Kind of a, I believe there has some perks to that.
Yeah, I don't know. So if that's the case, what will we name your IGN after your favorite champion? Like one of the skills?
Death Lotus sounds like a pretty good name to me, man.
Death Lotus. Yeah, it sounds like a pretty badass IGN if you think about it.
Yeah, so right here, Hallelujah constantly roaming after shoving the wave against Crom. Really paying off too. The fact that he and Rune are always getting deep wards and constantly putting the pressure onto Beyond. Beyond knows he can't farm safely. If he uses his Spirit Rush offensively, he's gonna get caught. Fortunately, hook does not hit, so about 9 out of 10 now.
Yep. Hallelujah as well as Rune. Very patient play though. Let's see if that's going to pay off. Because the mid lane turret is still up here. So if they kind of misplay this one, they might still be in a lot of trouble. But Frozen Tom is going to come down a straight punch to the face. And a grab! Very nice anticipation now coming through from Rapier. That's going to secure one more kill on the side of ISG Legends. Cirque trying to chase them down. But man, that was hit and run on the side of ISG Legends.
Yeah, great hook there, but you can see the disengage potential right here from IGL. So good. They have the knockback from Jace, they have the Ring of Frost, and they have the punch up by Blitzcrank. If you want to engage on them as Crom and try to pick a fight after, you're not going to get that.
Right now, Hallelujah coming back into the bomb lane with the teleport. Just making sure that Celebrity is not going to have his own merry time down the bomb lane.
Hallelujah has to be careful. Celebrity is in the brush. Barely misses him. Bit too late there, buddy.
Yeah, just about 1 second late. Very unfortunate timing, but that's it though. ISG Legends definitely grasping a huge control in this game. 12-3 in terms of kill count and a close to 8,000 goal lead as well. So this game is starting to look like game number 1 once again.
Yeah, and if it's one thing IGL knows how to do, they know how to snowball a lead. If they get a small goal lead, they basically start running with it, and you can start to see them dominate the game in terms of making picks and team fighting very well.
Oh my. The Sword of the Occult, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy.
Rune as well as LI4 showing their confidence in this game has decided to go for the Sword of the Occult.
I believe it does have 11 stacks right now at the moment. I could be mistaken, but that is an insane amount of damage to get from one item. Definitely cost efficient at this point of time.
Yeah, and you know, for the stacking items from both majors as well as Sword of the
It changed.
Yeah, you know, big changes coming in with the preseason patch. We start with 5 stacks now. You only need about 1 kill, 1 assist for it to be goal efficient, but the problem is you lose half the stack every time you die.
Yeah, but OI4 here, 5, 0, and 6, not really gonna worry about dying anytime soon.
Yeah, but it's a really big sign of confidence when you're, you know, building it in competitive scene. So let's see how that's gonna pay off for them. Right now, it's gonna be Zotac 269 laying an ambush down into the bottom lane.
They ping out a rune
yeah.
though, so they know that rune is in the tri-brush, I believe.
So hoping that IG Legend's gonna commit to this one. In fact, they are gonna back off from here, so not too confident of this ambush attempt at this stage of the game.
I think that's the right move here. You don't have Chrom, and the fact of the matter is no turret to fall back onto means that IGL could effectively rush you down with the acceleration gate and the knockups and the glacial path. So good move there, backing off.
Yeah, that's right, and IG Legends, like you mentioned, just sitting on an 8,000 gold lead here, so no rush for them to actually, you know, rush into fight here to try to pick off, sorry, not in a rush to actually dash into there and risk that sort of play here.
Take a look at this, 2 Sword of the Occult now. IGL super confident, Rune as well as LY4 knowing they want to get damage in Chrom. Be careful there, buddy. Don't walk into the hook.
Yeah, I think even right now at this stage, Chrom might be the only one that has the potential to kind of hard carry the game, given the fact that Celebrity is down by 100 CS as compared to Valkyrie.
The fact of the matter is, if Chrom does get that good engage with the wallbang as well as the Q, he could effectively burst down LY4 and stop him from doing any damage, or burst down Valkyrie, and then up to Beyond to follow up with even more burst. So if they single out 2 targets individually, they could win the fight.
And right now we actually start to see the siege coming into play for IG Legends here, and that's the beauty of the other beauty on the side of their composition here. We did see Rapier actually going for a very sneaky move, trying to rocket grab someone over the wall as well, but fortunately the fish wasn't there. Went fishing but did not get it. And look at the amount of burst damage now coming through on the side of LY4. One single combo right there just brought both Zerg as well as Celebrity down to about half of their HPs.
And that's because he's picked up the last Whisper, which basically mitigates and denies all the armor that you get, which is effectively 0 here from 269.
Yeah, that's right. And right now Zotac 269 is looking onto their mid lane turrets right here. All of their members are gathering around the area as well, so might be an opportunity for IG Legends to actually poke them down. Hallelujah, very patient on the sidelines as well. Does get spotted out by the Damascus Cannon. Here we go! The grab onto Chrom right there. Hallelujah getting busted down so low. Has to Zonius stay alive for a couple of seconds. Unfortunately, unable to pop the Frozen Tome right there. And it is going to be destroyed. Going in for the fight here. Rune flashing out of the combat. And it's going to be Rapier that's going to be running for his life here. Chrom on the side here. I think he's looking for the charge backwards. Rapier running for his life now. Destroy going back in once more. I'm not too sure if that's a mistake, but it is going to be LY4 maybe going down here. Yes, he does. Beyond is the one that picks up the kill. And on the backline, the shutdown now coming through on the side of Zotac 269. They are grabbing this fight by the throat.
At the end of the day, it was a 4-for-1 that was very worthy at the end. 4-for-2 rather. It was very worth it because you hooked Chrom. He put in diplomatic immunity. You can't burst him down. And then in the backline, there was a bit of miscommunication. Hallelujah went in deep. Valkyrie though.
Might be in a bit of trouble. And on the backline, we actually see Hallelujah coming in with the Frozen Tome. I believe it was the teleport on the back ward as well. So very sneaky movements from the side of IG Legends, and that kind of paid off.
Yeah.
So getting something back in return.
Killing off Beyond also means that this dragon will be easier to take for them because no charm, no threat of immediate far range CC. And even if they do force the fight, it will be 4v5. So third dragon rather, goes to Insidious Gaming Legends, which is very important because the third dragon now gives that 5% movement speed. And if you're playing Blitzcrank, you're playing Lissandra, you want to be able to catch up to your opponents, hook them or freeze them, and have the rest of your team follow up. So third dragon buff, very important here for IGL.
Yeah, and if you think about it, it's exceptionally important for IG Legends. If you think about last fight, they kind of had that small hiccup where Zotac 269 were able to catch up to them from both the initiation, from both Destroy, the Flag and Drag, as well as Chrom right there. So having that 5 movement speed may be able to prevent all of that, you know, initiation whatsoever.
Yeah, slightly underlooked factor is the extra movement speed. Makes your feet a bit faster when it comes to dodging spells from beyond. So all in all, a very good buff to have.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, Zotac 269, small moments of, you know, comeback potential in that last fight right there, but unfortunately it was ISG Legends that was there time and time again, shut them down effectively, you know, giving them no chance whatsoever.
Yeah, so grouping up here, trying to get some wards in. You can realize they've picked up 2 pink wards on Valkyrie as well as Rapier. They know what they have to do to close this game out. Set up vision traps, burst someone down with Hallelujah's Frozen Tomb, as well as hook someone up with Rapier's Rocket Grab. So all in all, IGL not getting overconfident, not making the same mistakes we've always talked about them making.
Yeah, that's right. And I just want to quickly point out on the side of Celebrity as well. Even after that 2 kills that he has picked up, hasn't been able to finish up his Infinity Edge. Only has that BF sword, so that's going to be a huge factor to consider when the game comes around. ISG Legends going to brute force their way down into the bomb lane. And let's see if we're going to see a game-changing threat once again from Rapier. Let's look out for that.
Yes, I am the siege here, standing on a tripwire both teams.
Okay, we go now, the flag and drag combo getting immediately melted down on the side of IG Legends, and here comes the Frozen Tomb and the grab once again onto Celebrity on the back end. Hallelujah getting melted down solo in this fight. Chrome might be in a bit of trouble right here. Where's the kick? And here we go, it is going to be Rune that slams the feet into the face of the AD carry of Zotac 269, picking up that kill, and the turret as well. Once again, a second grab in the row in the team fight. Rapier is on a roll as ISG Legends take out the bottom inhibitor on the side of Zotac 269.
Rapier making the hooks that count here. Something I want to point out was that the miscommunication from Destroy was very evident there. Beyond was still in the base, in the fountain. He hadn't bought anything yet, and Destroy pulled the trigger, EQ'd it, and got immediately, well, destroyed.
Yeah. Really, really ironic on the side.
Yeah, definitely
he's
living up to his namesake.
He's looking to be the guy to destroy, but in that fight, he got destroyed.
Another factor that played a big part in that fight was that Crom, if you all noticed, he put diplomatic immunity on, and he was basically 1v5ing the backline of IGL. At that point in time, a Poppy who can 1v5 your team, he just needs a little bit of support and coordination to be able to carry his team. So I believe the key point here for 269 is to get their communication straight.
Right, and ISG Legends once again opening up the base of Zotac 269 now through the bottom lane as well. So reminiscence of game number 1, just on different sides this time. And Rune getting caught out a little bit in the river area. He might just go down this time, and yes, he does. The shutdown goes over to Beyond. Rapier now in a bit of trouble. A second charm now lands on the side of Beyond, and that's going to be the end of Rapier at this point of time. And it is going to be the rest of IGL coming in to collapse onto Zotac 269. That is the double. Is it that triple? No, it is. The other kill going over to LY4, and a very nice flash from Surge to dodge away from that accelerated shock plus combo. Celebrity taking so much damage from LY4 there, just going down 100 to 0.
LY4 has been playing immaculately this game. 10-1 and 10 now is this Jace. And if you cast your minds back to the early days of top lane LY4, he was always known for his Jace. He was so good on that champion, and now he's bringing that to the mid lane, absolutely outclassing Beyond.
Right, it is going to be 3 members pushing down the mid lane from the side of ISG Legends here. Should be able to get it with not too much troubles whatsoever. Beyond is now back in the fight, but I think he's not going to be able to stop this push here. ISG Legends taking out the mid lane inhibitor once more.
So to close this game out, I think as IGL, your best strategy is to get everyone get pink wards, everyone get sweeper and oracles.
Or get Baron.
Yeah, well, getting Baron at this point in time, they have vision. They don't have vision of Baron, so it could be taken. The AP damage from 269, not enough to burst them down. So all in all, I think 3 Baron here. But that's only one part of your win conditions, because you still have to push.
Yeah, that's right. But it's going to be IGL stacking up as 5 men here. Valkyrie going in very aggressively in that one. Rune's going to land the Sonic Wave. Where's the kickback? Oh, the Frozen Tomb. Here it comes. And that is going to be 1 kill. 1 more kill secured on the side of IG Legends. With that push, with that 1-man advantage, I think they should be able to close this game out relatively soon with this 5-man stack. And, you know, thinking about the siege composition that's coming through from IG Legends as well. And here we go, a flash grab. Fortunately, just flashed away from Celebrity this time around. And we did see LY4 in a bit of trouble here, but should be fine for the time being. Bomb going all the way in, but just melted down in that fight as well.
It's very unfortunate because this game, Crom, he's been taking the bulk of the attention from IGL. If Celebrity was at least relevant to the point where he could deal damage from far, and they had to choose between dealing with the Poppy or the Tristana rather, they would have a problem. But in this case, Celebrity, a non-factor in these fights, hasn't even hit close to his power spike items.
Oh my goodness.
It's a simple matter here, they're just gonna close the game out. Nexus goes down, IGL 2-0-2-6-9 and picks up the 3 points, putting themselves in a place to compete for the first place and hopefully hit to IEM Taipei.
That's right, and IG Legends, like we were talking about it, the veterans in the Grand Premier League, and I just have to give a quick shout out to Rapier, you know, just his grabs, so pinpoint, getting every single time, all the picks that they need to close out the game.
Yeah, definitely. The roams were real, the vision control was good. You're the real MVP, right?
Yeah, that's right, and that's all you need, you know, just get the grabs, and you know, we were talking about it in the pick and ban phase as well. The confidence came in, the confidence delivered, and the confidence won then the game.
There was a surprising amount of discipline coming in here from the teams. They knew that they had a limit to certain plays, and they did not exceed the limit. So occasionally you'd see a very big flashy play coming from Rapier, and it worked. You can see on your graph now, amazing amounts of damage being dealt by OI4 here. 22,000, I believe. Compared to the 14,000 by Beyond's Ari, definitely a world of birth.
Yeah, that's right. So that's going to be game number 2, going over to ISG Legends. So congrats.